Hello again, 3ds Max enthusiasts. In today's tutorial, we're going to be delving into TyDiffusion, which is a rendering component that can be used in 3ds Max. For TyDiffusion, you firstly need to get the TyFlow plugin. So to do that, you just jump on their website and TyFlow is great for animations, simulation testing, a whole range of different things. So we can get that for free. The only difference between the free and the paid version is essentially the free is slower, but that's okay for these purposes. So yeah, just go ahead, download the latest version. I already have it on my computer, so I won't be doing that today. Once you've gone through all the steps of downloading it, inserting your plugin into 3ds Max, and then once it's all installed, TyFlow is going to appear as part of an object type. You can just click on it, pop it in, and then go to your modifiers and GUI editor, open editor, and you can just add in all of these fun things for whatever purpose you may need. So we're not really going into that today. Let's just close that off. We can delete that. And so this is our model from the previous video, our bitmap terrain. So it doesn't really look like anything right now. Maybe let's use AI and just whip up some quick images that actually make this look like what it's supposed to be. So just click on your view and we're going to go down to TyDiffusion. When you first open this up, you're going to need to install the engine. So it's just a one-click install. Click here. It will do a heap of downloading. Make sure you have a lot of gigs free for this. There's also like minimum hardware requirements you'll need, so you should look into that. But yeah, you do need good graphics card, and there are RAM requirements, all of that stuff. So you install, it will do all of the download things, which will take probably allow like 30 minutes for that. Then you're all good to go. Once that's all installed, you can go through and download some of the diffusion models. And there's a lot of other settings as well. Let's just focus on that for now. So Juggernaut Reborn is kind of like the standard one. That's what I've been currently using. So let's go to generate. Your preset styles sort of dictate how it's going to look. So the style of 3D model, I like 3D modeling. Negative prompts are kind of already in there. Let's just get rid of this. So by default, it's a fluffy red cat. So that doesn't really relate to my model at all, but let's just see what it can do. Generate image. So it appears that we've already encountered our first troubleshooting issue with TyDiffusion. The model needs to be in Juggernaut Reborn, and 1.5 refers to the depth. So we need to also change the depth value to 1.5. Okay, something's happening. It doesn't really look like it has taken my prompt into consideration with this model. These do take some time as well with the free version, so just keep that in mind. Okay, there's my terrain. It's looking more like a barren landscape than a grassy terrain or a fluffy red cat in this case. So something to note is you have the history of your session, so you can go back and refer to images that have been generated in this session, or if you want to save them out as you go, you do have that option. Just need to press the Save Result button and you can save that to your desired location on your computer. Let's just call it Terrain Render 1. So you can also set your resolution if you want to generate a smaller sized image and until you're happy with it, and then you can size it up. I'm just going with the HD size. And we've re-prompted. We've actually entered the prompt a fluffy red cat in this time. So let's see what it gives us. So it looks more like hairballs than a fluffy red cat itself. Maybe there's like a cat-like figure in the background there, but yeah, it's interesting to see how AI interprets things sometimes. So we're probably not going to save this one. Let's just go ahead and enter the type of terrain we actually would like to produce. So in this case, I'm imagining a sponge city, utopian, water, green, river type of terrain and landscaping. The styles I like to use are generally 3D model, architectural, another good one is photography and professional. So this comes across as a photo you may see in National Geographic. So let's see how we go with this style preset. It's thinking, and this is looking quite mossy, like a sponge, I guess. Like I am digging it, but it's not exactly representative of Footscray in any way, shape or form. So AI can only do so much with what you provide it. I think we're going to need to rework the terrain to try to help it in producing something more realistic. So as demonstrated in our previous video, we can alter our image in Photoshop to change the appearance. So in our bitmap image, black is the lowest point and white is high. So let's just jump into Photoshop right now and do some quick editing. Layers are important. So in this case, I want the water to be at the lowest point. So I'm just coloring it in black. And I am reimagining this race course as some type of water park. Let's just save that out. Export PNG. And we're just going to check this image. So you can already see that it has flattened out the water. It's still not looking how I want it to look. So I'm just pulling the strength way up. Let's go back to the plane and just add more segments to heighten the level of detail. Okay, I'm just going to save in case it crashes my model. Let's pump it up to 1000 by 1000. Okay, this is actually starting to take shape. So let's just jump back into TyDiffusion. So let's use the presets from before, but with our amended terrain. So it's looking very utopian, but my buildings are kind of not showing up at all. They're just green lumps at this stage. So although that's a really cool image, it still isn't quite hitting the mark. Let's just change our angle. Let's see if it'll recognize that there is a river and so the steps refers to how many times TyDiffusion makes revisions. So you can see the bar going across as it continues to update. That happens 20 times in this case. And the CFG scale is how closely it takes your prompts into account. So the lower the CFG scale is, the less likely TyDiffusion is to follow your prompt. Auto reseed is just about how close the image getting generated is to the style or the concept you had in mind. So if you just want to try something completely different, you can move this to a different number and try again. So it looks like we're kind of getting somewhere. This is actually a lot closer to what I was imagining. Oh, okay. So as soon as you move the view, the render will disappear. So this is actually something that I was able to get earlier. I'm trying to replicate this. So let's just try that again. I'm going to change the angle of the model. This is looking pretty close actually. I'm just going to move the view around. It's just being difficult. I don't know why. Okay, let's get rid of you. Thank you. So this is looking very utopian, spongy, serene. Let's mix it up and go with something the complete opposite. So, like dry, dystopian, unruly, desert. Is that dessert or desert? Desert. And something else. Disrepair. Let's see what we got. TyDiffusion hates being minimized. It's needing to relaunch every time, so maybe just hide the window, don't minimize it. Save you some time. Ooh, this is giving Fluffy Red Cat all over again. Okay, it's very dry. Yeah, this is great. This is exactly what I was thinking. Thank you, AI. You did good. So I almost forgot to mention one of the top features in TyDiffusion. So generally your prompts are text to image, but you can also do image to image. And I've already included a reference image that I wanted to use for this dystopian landscape. You just click this here to add more files, or you can clear and start fresh. So let's just see what it will produce with this reference image. That is so eerie. So that's it for today. Just a very light introduction into TyDiffusion. There's so much that you can do with this plugin that I am yet to explore, and there's not really that much out there right now, so I'm just going to continue using it and discovering. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and as always, just be awesome.